Hey, true believers, Englentine here. This is another segment from a really good live stream we did with Master Chudy. We got Nerd Wonder, of course, Weaponized Nerd Rage, the Nerdy Texan Accountant. Am I forgetting anybody? Oh, and Hot Pink Geek Girl. Yeah, so it's pretty awesome. And we have a range of topics, as you can see listed right here. Nerd Wonder starts us off by asking which one of the Image comic book creators are still relevant today. That just leads to a talk about Spawn. Someone in the comment section asks us, yo, what's your favorite Atop the Fourth Wall video? So, hey, we get to talk about Linkara, and that's always fun. Anytime you get to talk about that voice. And, of course, oh, no. Weaponized Nerd goes off on Doomsday Clock, and then we get to talk about Batman marrying Catwoman and having a Spider-Man-like one more day scenario happen to him. So I hope you enjoy. Just kick back, relax, have fun.
Which creators are the founders who still have ongoing books? Because I know Spawn's coming back. But
yeah, but Spawn doesn't have McFarlane on it anymore. It hasn't for
Spawn
10
hasn't
years.
left. Spawn's there. Spawn's like at what,
Yeah.
274, 270 something?
no, I'm saying that still sells, doesn't it?
I mean, I kind of want to pick it up again because I heard Cyan has like superpowers now, and I'm like, I can take that. That could be cool. Let's check that out.
I hear it's doing really, like, I hear, like, especially with the new movie coming on out, people will want to read it, and it's still Spawn on there, and they're going to do some special stuff, which is cool. But that's the only book I really know that they're bringing back is Spawn, and then I learned about Savage Dragon, which I did know was one of the original creator stuff, but what else is there? What else is there that the original creator, the founders have made that still is going on?
Is Youngblood still going?
Just restarted it. And it's not a bad book, actually. I mean, it's not drawn and written by Rob Liefeld.
He's an idea guy, from what I hear. Like, he can't, if he writes it, it doesn't end well. If he draws it, doesn't end well. But his ideas are great. His concepts are great.
I'll tell you what, he
can't flesh it out.
Too. And I know he's nominated for Interaction for Spirit Awards. I'm doing that, and I'm going to put up that video tomorrow so everybody can vote for it. So yeah, if you guys haven't voted for the Spirit Awards, go to my Twitter. It's pinned there, or look for the Spirit Awards video here on my channel. You gave me an in, so I have to plug it. But yeah, the Youngblood book is still fun. It's there. I'm waiting for them to revive. Like, I would love to see what Shadowhawk's up to now, because I like that character. I just thought it was written very poorly. And I want to see some of the other ones that got dropped, like, what was it, Wildstar. We got going on. There was Spawn manga, that's true. Ooh, there was I got a Batman manga recently.
Manga.
It's okay if he says it by manga. We're not.
Manga.
Hey, you know what? I guess that was.
Manga. I used to say manga when I was a kid. It's allowed. Yeah, it's manga, but.
Hot Pink off the couch and into the conversation. I'm okay with that too. At least I didn't say anime, which I have been fucking that up a lot. You know that, Nerd Wonder, that I say, oh, well, my kids read anime all the time. I say that so many times. I'm waiting for you to slap me through the microphone.
Don't worry. I understand the animes and the animus.
Okay, so we're being asked by Kevin DeYoung, do you guys watch Atop the Fourth Wall? If yes, what is your favorite episode?
Yes. Miller Time. Miller Time.
Oh God, Miller Time.
Yes.
Miller Time.
Tandy Computer Whiz Kids. Whenever he does those.
Oh yeah, I've watched some of his stuff, but honestly, my favorite stuff from his have always been like the history of the Power Rangers stuff. I eat that stuff alive all the time.
Wow, you are such a nerd.
I love his deepness about Superman. Like, I could sit there and just listen to him talk about how Superman is a great character, and just so many people just don't get it. And I'm just like, yeah.
What about you, Accountant?
Oh, I actually, that's how I got into comics, actually. A friend recommended me watching Linkara. I watched it, and I'm just like, okay, this actually... So I went out and purchased some comics, actually, and he got recommendations. And I was looking to see, like, even if he gave it a bad review, I would actually go if I liked it, I would go out and still buy it. So I bought a bad comic that he actually said don't buy. I'm like,
you saw his video and
Which one
took
did you read?
recommendation. That's awesome.
yep, that's actually
How about
what
you,
I
Rage?
think would be a best reviewer is like, even if you don't like it, you can explain it in a way where people who would like it can go buy it.
Which one was it?
Oh,
So are we still? What are we still on about? Are we still on about atop the fourth wall?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let nerdy Texan answer that question. What book did you buy?
Oh, it was actually the Spawn Batman crossover.
Ah, nice.
Okay. See, I
Actually-
can see that. No, I didn't like the Frank Miller one, but I liked the other one. And you're right. That was a decent show. How about you, Rage? Which one was your favorite episode?
Of atop the fourth wall. I've never seen it.
Shot? Well, there you go. Recommend it. Now, here's a funny thing. I do an episode. I always fall asleep. My kids joke that instead of buying me sleeping pills, they're just going to put on atop the fourth wall. And it's not that I find it boring. I actually love his show. It's just something about the voice puts me to sleep. You can rock me right on to bed.
Yeah, I watched him. I think
Atop
during
the fourth wall. Yeah.
yeah
But,
during high school and right after school, in between my night job, I would sometimes watch him and just doze.
Oh.
There you go. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I do, however, prefer like Pink. I prefer the Miller time. Any of them. I love the All-Star Batman, where he's just
those are the best.
Oh yeah.
Gee,
that's-
Steve, this isn't Batman.
How about the
I
time
love
that
that
he
one.
did? See, I love the All-Star Batman where he's like, no, I don't accept that this is Batman, and I don't, and that's not Wonder Woman. That is Bonkers Betty, and this is crazy hobo Steve, and I love it. Like when he does this, like back on last time on Miller time, hobo Steve somehow won the lottery and dressed up in a bat suit and started murdering people. Meanwhile, Bonkers Betty, a crazy psycho hobo, found Wonder Woman's suit and stole it.
Yeah, and then on Comic Pop videos where they talked about that book in the comments sections, people are like going, "Oh, look, it's Bonkers Betty." So they even watched Linkara too.
Yeah.
And I also like his stuff like 15 Things Wrong with Identity Crisis. I'm one of those who, when the first time I read it, I was like, this is good. And then the second time I read it was, no. And yeah, because there's no way that Deathstroke could take out the Justice League. Flash, it's over. Because he's like, oh, okay, I know Flash is coming. I'll hit this button. He would have seen the, because Deathstroke hits a button and Flash runs a certain pattern, and then Deathstroke stabs him from behind because he knows that's where Flash is going to be. And I'm thinking, no, because there's no way in hell you're moving fast enough for him trick coming.
Yeah.
It would be like, hold on, oh, it's Deathstroke. Hold on, guys, I'll take care of this. The Flash is standing over his pretzeled body. You know, should anything happen after Bruce proposed to Catwoman? After that,
I've been keeping up.
And now Talia is beating the crap out of her. The Halloween special Long Box of the Damned. Oscar's talking about. Catwoman is beating up. There you go.
Yeah. No.
Bruce marrying Selena doesn't make Helena Wayne official.
It does make Helena. Well, Tom King did say that. Okay. The whole entire thing about Helena Wayne, in all continuities, when Selena Kyle and Bruce Wayne get together, they will conceive a child known as Helena Wayne, which will become Huntress. And this has also been confirmed in the Earth 2, I believe, that she is existent. So, and even that Helena suspects that she will be the final descendant. But so, and also Tom King, somebody asked him on the Twitter when he's like, so if Selena and Bruce are gonna get together, are they gonna have a kid? And if so, is it gonna be a boy or a girl? And what will be their name? And he goes, it's already canon. Her name is Helena.
Helena, yeah. You know that her first appearance you can get for like $20.
Yeah, she was in it's an old one, isn't it?
Star Comics, something. There's actually two that came out in the same month with her first appearance. So it's like, which week was it? And I forget which one. Just blanking on it, but I do remember there's two books that came out right beside each other. Is considered but I think it's the All-Star Comics that is that's most sought after.
Yeah, she's a.
Some reason the number is escaping me. I apologize for that.
She's an
I
interesting
love
character.
this Mark Waid impersonator in the comments.
He's
Oh,
going
is it Mark
through.
Waid? I haven't been looking. I've been drawing.
Oh, I see. A
I
Batman
think it's the
marrying a
Dan
woman.
Slott
Yes.
guy just
You're awesome.
rebranded.
Awesome.
Oh God, I love
Yeah.
this.
Although you want to
This
know
is
who I
beautiful.
miss on Twitter? What was
Yeah.
it? Dandelion Boy. He's been gone forever.
Dandelion Boy?
I couldn't
Was
find
he-
him
no.
amusing. I just wanted to punch him.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I'm
Who's
sorry.
Dandelion Boy?
Just a troll account.
Ah,
My sense of humor is I like humor that comes from dark places, and people who jump in front of you and go, "Look at me, I'm funny," is
I'm
okay.
sorry.
Dan,
That's why I hate people like PewDiePie.
yeah,
I've never watched
yeah.
one video of his.
I
that
never
know.
watched PewDiePie either.
he's
I did enjoy his To the Moon review because I hate To the Moon. I hate that game. And every time you see a crappy game, just watch PewDiePie play it. Because he'll at least make it slightly decent to go sit through and at least know what happened.
No,
I actually
I
just
can't.
started
I just
watching
want to punch him too hard.
I just started watching him, and I just think he's
Okay.
okay. And that's all. Oh. Good night.
Good night.
Oh, sorry, dude. I really do pay attention to the comments. Sometimes I'll yell out a good night or goodbye just to give you newbies a little feel for what goes on. Apologize if I interrupted.
Oh, he just tweeted again, Mark Waid.
Mark Waid.
Oh,
He's
cool.
like,
What did the
since
bitch
many
boys say
people-
this time?
Since many
let's
people
hear
took
it.
this to be a racist sentiment, let me rephrase. I'm talking about us all. The strong should should always protect the weak, regardless of race, gender, or circumstance. If you have the ability, you have the responsibility. Wait, does he have his messages thing?
Wait,
No, never
that was
mind.
already announced, wasn't it? And I love this Mark Waid in the chat who's like, of course you don't like PewDiePie. He respects women. But PewDiePie also apparently said the N-word.
Oh yeah.
So
he
Mark
did.
Waid, aren't you countering it? If we don't like PewDiePie, doesn't that make us the non-racists? I broke.
So stops talking to Susan again. I've told him that 5 times.
Who wants to tell Mark Waid that he's not strong?
You go right ahead. I'm not gonna deal with this. I'm like,
I'll do it.
every time I see Ethan Van Sciver, I just can't do it because he's always there, and I'm like, I can't do it. Can't.
I'd say anybody who has a video channel can tell Mark Waid he's not strong.
Mark Waid, you are not strong.
I'm
There
coming.
you go.
I said, so stop talking to Susan, and I'm typing, that's not being strong. Should I?
It's
Hit
up to you.
reply.
Susan Auger is a special lady. I mean, she is just scary as shit.
She is fucking
Four of them.
Looney Tunes.
Of
Yeah,
all of
she's
them,
weird.
she is the one that I would be afraid would actually take it to the next level. Can DC
She
finally
is
get
weird.
Bruce and Selena married? I'm tired of decades of the cat and mouse games. Very interested to see if they actually get them to the
Alton?
down the aisle. Yeah, the
they
altar. Thank
said
you very much.
I think Tom really wants it to go
Yeah.
because he says that it's more interesting for a character that's so dark and brooding to try and find happiness in his life. Like, give him this, and you can make so many more stories. And so he wants to do this. And we don't know if it's going to last forever, but something will happen because of it. And that's what people like. And so
Mhm.
everybody, like all my friends and I are all like, listen up, y'all. They're about to get married. Let's talk about how epic this marriage is going to be. Selena obviously has friends with Pamela Isley. Pamela's just going to do all the flower arrangements. It's going to be great. And we're going to have the best bachelorette party ever. And then the Robins are going to set up a bachelor party, which is just going to be bringing Batman to places to punch bad guys. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
And then DC hires Joe Quesada as editor-in-chief, and he gets
You
rid of
shut
everything.
Your face.
Oh
You
no.
shut- Trigon.
Oh.
They do not make a deal with Trigon to save Alfred, okay? This does not happen.
That's how it's gonna be. That's gonna. So is it Trigon or Trigon?
Try God.
Trigon. Trigon.
Trigon. Okay, you guys. I know there was that cartoon that it's actually been said now.
Yeah.
I read it as Trigon right away. And I'm talking
Don't worry,
about
I
1980.
read Darkseid as Darkseid.
The first time I read it, that's how I read it also. Oh, okay, Darkseid. Nope, it's supposed to be Darkseid. So I had to relearn how to say it. But for like the first 30 years, I said Trigon, Trigon, Trigon. And then the cartoon comes up, Trigon. I'm like, mother.
Yeah, it's like, God damn it, I've been doing it wrong all life. My life's a lie.
I'm proud that I knew how to say Themyscira before anybody else told me to.
Ayo.
You got Themyscira on the first try?
Yeah. What is the significance of Helena Wayne? Is it just cool concept or greater storyline? Well, she's supposed to become the Huntress, but there's already a Huntress out there, so
she'll be the Robin.
6 of 1.
Well, she's just a baby if she ever exists. She'll be the younger of Damian. So what I suspect is if they wanted to do something more, she would become Damian's Robin.
Mixapitalik. Mixapitalik.
Mitsaplik?
Mitsapitalik.
I don't even
know the way to say it.
Mitsaplik.
Joe Quesada could come to DC and hook Batman up with Mary Jane. Boom.
I hate you all.
The internet, and Wonder Nerd completely hates you now.
How dare you? I know you do this just because of me. You all know what I want in my life.
Yep. I believe that there's only one woman for Peter Parker, and that is Mockingbird, so long as he can wear her shirts.
You shut your mouth.
So that was shipping of Spider-Man and Firestar.
There you go. Yeah, Spider-Man and the Amazing Friends. See, we were shipping those two before.
I actually
before you
watched
got
that
to Mary Jane.
In those.
Yeah. How'd you like it?
I thought it was fun for what it was. You know, I mean,
it's adorable.
Iceman. When Iceman was Iceman and Firestar and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It was a good
Did you
show.
ever see the origin episode?
Judy? How old are you though?
How old am I? Oh, I'm 25, man. I'm pretty young.
Yeah.
No,
so
I
you're
saw
pretty
it
young.
too.
All right. Yeah, I wanted
23.
just wanted to know if you were like, if you were when it first came on or if
well,
you saw it.
yes, England. This thing is on the TV. They used to show it all the time on Jetix, which was a Disney channel. And so me and my brother, it's late night and we're just flipping through stuff and it comes on and my brother's like, wait a minute, we have to watch this episode. I'm like, why? He's like, because Iron Man, that's Tony Stark. They're obviously going to show Iron Man. So we watch like a 30-minute episode and we can't stop laughing because it's the origin episode of how they got their really cool supercomputer. And we're all just like laughing because it's like, you serious? You freaking serious?
That's what I was wondering about. That's what I was wondering about because, you guys saw it later.
Yeah.
Good animation. And then you saw the 1980 animation. We, as kids, went from Super Friends.
Oh God, I had
Friends to Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends. So to us, that was some badass shit. And now I look back on it and I'm like, it's okay.
I mean, the story, I'm sorry. They're like, let's go find the villain, the Beetle. And they just write in the computer, find the Beetle, and they find it. And I'm like, why didn't Tony Stark do that then? If the Beetle was after his tech, why didn't he just do that? I mean, this is so stupid. Along with the Super Friends, whenever I saw them, I'm like, they're like, the Riddler has just given us a clue to the evil villain stuff. It's like, why does the Legion of Doom let him do this? Why does the Legion of Doom let the Riddler go write answers? The Riddler's a good guy. You all are dumb.
Will Doomsday Clock live up to the hype as Doug E. Fresh's judging?
Weapon, what do you think?
I think it will. I'm confident it will. I mean,
okay.
I understand the flaws with it. It was flawed, but I think it'll be a good story. So I'm still gonna ride with it. I think it's good.
Hold on, Chudy.
Yeah.
I recognize your voice. Are you Mark Bernardin?
What? No.
Bernardin? You ever watch Fat Man on Batman? Just like Mark Bernardin.
I've not watched that show.
Good times. Good.
It's a good podcast.
Weaponized. What do you think? Doomsday Clock. Do you think it will live up to the hype?
Well, I never really talked about it in detailed. I understand your views entirely. I really do. Specifically the point you made about how, well, you can't compare it to Alan Moore. But when you're playing in Moore's playground, you have to be as good as Alan Moore. Now, I think...
Now, you're just going to get compared to him.
Yeah, there's going to be comparisons. You are going to be expected to hold up that level of quality. Now, I personally saw the book as certainly not the greatest, I guess, impersonation of his style, but it came really damn close. It did. I really love what they did with the art, and I'm sitting there and I've read this book like 4 times now because I'm sitting there and I'm looking at every panel, looking for, okay, well, what are they doing with this and this and this and that? And when they're doing the Rorschach narration, which is the bulk of the book, when Rorschach is talking, it's great. I love it. The only parts where I think the book really suffers in the writing is Ozymandias. He doesn't come across enough as the smartest man in the world. But I think what is going on is, the mime is going to be a lot more important to what's going on. Because something I noted was he looks spookily similar to Superman. Okay? And I think that's going to be something that becomes a plot point later on. And that this is all part of Ozymandias' plan. Because, again, he's the kind of guy who will account for the unaccountable. He's the guy who's not going to obviously tell Rorschach the entirety of the plan. He's probably pretty certain that when Rorschach goes there to get,
Marionette.
fucking what's her name?
Marionette.
Yeah, that she's going to want to bring the mime along. Now, is the art again? I really dig it. I think it's pretty fucking close to what we've got. It's a modernization of the original art style that was going on. Am I all on board with the idea of the Watchmen and the DC universe merging into one? No. Am I on board with the idea of them dabbling together in some kind of instance where they're both looking for Dr. Manhattan and they cross paths somehow? Yeah, I'm on board for that. One thing that you did bring up that I missed, and was a really good fucking point, was how did Batman know this? There was something significant to the button. Now, I didn't see that as the way you saw it. I saw that as Batman found something in the motherfucking Batcave that he didn't put there.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of there was a point specifically back in Death of the Family, done by Scott Snyder, where there was a similar situation where there was a Joker card that Batman didn't collect that was in the Batcave, and that was the Joker saying, "I know where your cave is." So there's an established, I guess, precedent that when something is found in the cave that Batman doesn't know about, that means some shit is going down and somebody knows the cave is there. So that wasn't really something that nagged me all that much, but I definitely I liked the book. I gave it, if I had to put a number to it, I'd say a solid 8 out of 10. It exceeded my expectations because I thought it was going to be, just this kind of like my expectation of it was Vince Vaughn's remake of Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, where it's just a poor, watered-down attempt at imitation. But I think it actually stood on its own 2 feet well enough that you could say it's a solid story. Is it going to be as good as Watchmen? No. But
guys,
thank you very much, Batman. Because
Mark is going on right now.
There you go, true believers. Thank you very much for hanging out with our hangout. A lot of fun, all over the place this time around. Start off talking about Image Comics and what creators are still relevant from the beginning. This came off, of course, from the Eric Larson porn comic. Talked about Batman having a one more day, that pissed Nerd Wonder right off. And of course, Weaponized Nerd goes off on not only Doomsday Clock, but my opinion of it, and that's cool. I love the fact that we agreed and disagreed on certain things. It just makes the world go round. And don't forget about the best of Linkara. So anyway, if you have any kind of comment or opinion on any of the subjects or any of the things we said about the subjects, by all means, please, in the comment section below, you know the drill on that. You also know